Hey there, and welcome back to Cosmic Crypto. In this video, we're going to be talking about Ravencoin RVN. Let's go. Okay, welcome back to the channel. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, if you could go down below, hit that subscribe button. And while you're down there, if you can tap the like button, I'd really appreciate it. All right, let's get into this Ravencoin. So, just a quick recap. It's going to be just a quick update because really not much has happened here. We have been kind of following this triangle pattern for quite some time now, ever since Ravencoin had its massive run back in 2021. And it's just been falling ever since in this triangle pattern. And we think that we have come to a bottom here. I believe we've come to a bottom here. And we started to make a move to the upside just last week. And so we had this nice green candle here pump us back above the pink line here, which I've got set at the 023 area, which actually I'm going to go to the monthly time frame just so you can see what that was all about. That pink line was just support that we had for quite some time. On the monthly time frame, we had that as support, and it was resistance on the monthly time frame for quite some time. And then we fell through it, and then we dropped a little bit more. And then we actually had a really nice blast up right through there. My expectations were that we would come up and test this orange line here on the 0270. But it kind of looks like our fifth wave on the Elliott wave did not have a really nice move. So we're going to check that out here in just a minute. And so there is a chance that that is not going to play out and we do not come up to that orange line. I would say that that's actually a stronger chance that we don't do that yet. And we do come down and retest this pink line before we do that, but we'll just have to wait and see. On the weekly time frame, we are just kind of going sideways. I was expecting a larger drop because all the whole crypto market had just been just pushing up, real fast. And I expected over the 3-day weekend for us to see a pretty massive drop to retest some previous support or resistance lines, and crypto just went sideways. Bitcoin, everything was just going sideways over the weekend, which was really surprising to me. That just is telling me that this is possibly even more bullish than I had expected. I expected it to be bullish, but just seems like it was even more bullish than I expected. So that's a good sign for the bulls. Let's have to wait and see. So on the weekly time frame, let's look at our oscillators here. We do have the green dot that popped in last week. On the trend directional, and it's also creating a lower wave, which is a good sign for momentum to the upside. Our stochastic, which is in the blue and pink here, has curled up to the upside and is still got plenty of room to run on the weekly time frame to continue on to the upside. The RSI, it did not reach the 50 level, which I'm not really happy with. I was hoping with this pump here, if we would have got up to that orange line, that we would have come up and reached the 50 level. I think I talked about that in my last video. If we look back in history here, before we had this big run up over here, I guess we did have this stop out right here, right before we reached the 50 level, which also lined up perfectly with a retracement. As you can see over here, we had kind of a double bottom show up right here. So yeah, I mean, I guess we could be in that situation. Also on the braid filter down here, it is in the gray, which means that there's really no momentum to the up or to the downside right now. And currently, we are sitting in the gray. So we could be looking at maybe a few more weeks of just sideways action. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. This could be the start of something very big, which is what I'm thinking. And it could be a little bit more bullish than I expected. But it's going to take time. Nothing happens overnight. Well, unless you were back here. These just happened in 3 or 4 weeks. But so we'll just have to wait and see. But then once we got, as you can see, once we got up to that 50 line right here in the past, that's when we had that big push to the upside. And then that's when we started. We broke above the 50 line on the RSI, got some green on the braid filter, and we had the crossover on the 50 line as well on the trend directional. So these are really key things we need to pay attention to, especially on the weekly time frame. We can narrow it down to the daily time frame too, but right here on the trend directional, we want to see that cross to the 50. We want to see the cross to the 50 on the RSI here, and we want to see some green coming in on the braid filter before we get super excited for a big push to the upside. But in the shorter term, so that's longer term, I still expect us to get this move to the upside in the shorter term. Longer term, or I mean in the longer term, in the shorter term, I do expect a pullback, and let's just go ahead and drop down to the 12-hour and take a look and see what's happened here. So, or just sideways action, to tell you the truth. It could just be sideways action. It kind of looks like we're forming this. I'd put this channel here, but it kind of looks like we're forming this flag here to the upside, which, I mean, that would make sense. That would give us, you know, a nice push. I mean, if you, because if you look at the stochastic down here, you can see that we, on the 12-hour, probably in the next 24 hours or so, we might get across to the upside, which would then give us the momentum we need to push, and this flag would have a breakout. Yeah, we could just be flagging out here. I still say there has to, I mean, we might just come down and tap this pink line here at the 0230 area. Pay attention to that. Pay close attention to that. If we don't do that, I mean, that's even more bullish, honestly. So let's take a Fibonacci from the very bottom here to the top and see what we're holding here. So we haven't even come down to even touch the 236 Fibonacci. So that's pretty bullish. And then the pink line actually sits above the 382. So if we did get that retracement that I'm talking about here, we could maybe wick down to the 382, have a body candle close above the pink line area. Let's go ahead and go down to the 4-hour so we can kind of get a closer look. Okay, and so the Elliott wave indicator that I've been using has shown that we have, so this is where this fifth wave, I was expecting to come up to this orange line up here, and it fell very short. We kind of double topped there. And if this does play out, that means we're forming our ABC right now, which would come down here. And the projection, you know, here's the projections. So you got one projection, the 1618 for the C leg. It looks like it's saying we've already created our B leg. And so if we went all the way down to the 1618 on the C leg, we're looking at that 0218 area, possibly all the way down to the 0214. Also, one of the projections is to my pink line here, which is to the 1 on the Fibonacci, which is the 0230. And then if we are super bullish, maybe we just come down to the 618, which is the 0238 area. So pay attention to those. I still am expecting us to come down and hit this just like the projection is showing here. But that's pretty much it for Ravencoin. It does look like on the 4-hour we have a chance to cross down here on the trend directional to the bottom side. On the braid filter, we are showing weakness in both directions. It looks like a move. It's just coiling up for something. Also, let me get rid of this thing here, and we can kind of see we've got some kind of support, but you know, these things break all the time. So we do have this support here. We are forming, like I said, a flag-ish type pattern here, maybe a triangle that we're trying to form here. That fifth wave is just kind of weird to me. We just got stopped out right here at the 0259, 0260 area. So that is just kind of strange that we didn't go all the way up like I had expected, but let's have to wait and see again. On the stochastic here, you know, we're down low on the 4-hour time frame. It does not look like we're going to curl over here in the next 4 hours to the upside. And the RSI, so we did come up pretty high on the RSI here on the 4-hour. We hit the 87 level on the RSI, and now we're, you know, holding support at the 50 level, which is a really good sign to see. I would not want to see this RSI go too much further down. I mean, maybe to the 40 at most. If we did get that push to the downside to touch this pink line here, the RSI could drop us down to the 40 level. I wouldn't want to see us go too much further than the 40 level on the RSI. It'd be really nice to hold this 50 level on the RSI, which is just telling me that it's really bullish. So that's kind of where we're at with Ravencoin. Sorry, it's just kind of a quick update. Nothing really has happened. As you can see, we've just been going sideways here. And forming this flaggish formation or some kind of a triangle. And yeah, I do believe that, I mean, if this triangle does play out, we're looking at a breakout has to happen, you know, by, it's like tomorrow morning by 8 o'clock. And actually, usually something happens around 3 a.m. my time, which is just 3 hours and 10 minutes away. And so that would actually make sense for a move to happen right around the 3 a.m. time. That's when the market's open, my time. And so, it's the pre-markets. But so anyway, around in about 3 hours, we should see some kind of a move, whether this is going to break to the upside. Let's just look at some targets for this triangle here really quick. I mean, okay, so if this this could just be going sideways and then push up. That target is actually perfectly at my orange line here. So there is that chance. Let's just drop it to the bottom here. So that actually brings it down below the pink line quite a bit. Let me turn on that Elliott wave. So okay, so the downside target actually reaches the 1618 area. The upside target reaches my orange line. I'm kind of leaning towards the upside target now, only because the wave just doesn't seem right. It seems like it needs to be pushed a little bit higher. It seems like we're in this flag triangle formation, which is usually a bullish pattern, and the price target is going to hit my price target of 0270, which is exactly my price target. So I'm kind of biased. I'm kind of thinking to the upside now in the short term, and then we'll probably get a rejection. And if that does happen, I can see us doing our ABC from there, and possibly coming all the way down again to the 0230 area, or if we're still maintaining our bullishness, a little bit higher or something like that for the ABC correction. And then that's where we really need to pay attention, because then at that point we're looking for continuation onto the upside. Once you create that ABC pattern, if you're going to maintain your bullish stance, you're going to then start a brand new 5 wave in the Elliott wave. And actually, that would line up perfectly on the 4-hour or the 12-hour with a crossover of the stochastic to the upside too. So anyway, sorry, I'm rambling now. So that's what I got for Ravencoin. Looking pretty good, looking bullish still. I do believe now in the short term that there is a good chance, a higher probability that we do go to the upside to hit this orange line. Otherwise, if I'm wrong and it does go down to the bottom side, pay attention to the 0230 area. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, put a like on that video, and share it with your friends and all that other good stuff. And I will talk to you later.